the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Ready. Seven Pirates, straight Pirates. Trap 50.
Smith going to go to the air first play. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Brent, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
21.
From the 24, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
From the 24, Smith. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay, ready?
Now Gino on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On first down, Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
79 Broncos. Mustang 19, 19, Pioneer.
Gino's going to throw. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. From the 22, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. One quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Here we go.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have the 49ers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 4th and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Garoppolo on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. After the interception, here's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith, this complete to Lockett. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
19 tight, 19 tight. 19 right. Buffalo 18.
Smith on 3rd down.
Throw out wide to Walker. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Eight 0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. To the air again, Smith. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, 99 Broncos.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
18, 5 years.
Geno down to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
18 Randall, 18 Randall. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
50 Bobcat, 50 Bobcat.
Now Geno. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Come on, come on. Hey.
They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10.
6.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The final shot here before break. Smith, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Dwayne Eskridge.
As time expires in the first half.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
On the ground, McCaffrey.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
11, 21, 21. Well, now here we go. Wait. Hey, John,
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake. Garoppolo.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On first down, Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now a dump off here complete, and that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On second and 10, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's go now.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Deebo Samuel on a touchdown pass from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Gold with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you, that's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. From the 44, Smith. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one.
Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Here we go.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. To throw is Garoppolo.
That's complete left side to Gray.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Go ahead. 21. Go. Wait.
Now Garoppolo.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
11.
He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
One final try now for Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held score.